When many people think about Africa's past, they often imagine a continent that has always struggled economically. But history tells a different story. Long before European colonial rule, Africa was home to powerful kingdoms, thriving trade networks, and prosperous cities. Gold, salt, ivory, textiles, and other valuable goods moved across the continent through well-established commercial routes. To understand how Africa's economic changed, we must first understand what existed before colonialism. Trade connected Africa to much of the known world. Caravans crossed the Sahara carrying gold and salt. Ships sailed the East African coast, linking African merchants with Arabia, Persia, India, and China. Commerce supported farmers, artisans, merchants, and entire kingdoms. For centuries, Africa was an active participant in global trade. Beginning in the 15th century, European explorers searched for new trade routes and valuable resources. At first, their goal was trade. They established coastal trading posts and exchanged goods with African kingdoms. Over time, however, European ambitions expanded beyond commerce. Many governments sought greater political control over overseas territories. By the late 19th century, European powers competed to claim African territory in what became known as the Scramble for Africa. Borders were drawn with little regard for existing kingdoms, languages, or cultural groups. Within a few decades, most of the continent came under colonial administration. Africa's political map changed dramatically. Colonial governments introduced new economic priorities. Rather than developing balanced local economies, many colonies were encouraged to specialize in producing raw materials such as cocoa, cotton, rubber, palm oil, copper, gold, and other minerals. These products were exported overseas for processing and manufacturing. This tied many colonial economies closely to foreign markets. Railways were built across many parts of Africa. These transportation networks were important infrastructure projects. However, many lines primarily connected mines and farming regions to seaports rather than linking African towns and cities with one another. Their design reflected the export-focused nature of many colonial economies. Many African territories exported raw materials while importing finished products. Cotton might be grown in Africa, processed into fabric elsewhere, and later sold back as clothing. This pattern limited the growth of local manufacturing in many regions. As a result, significant portions of the value created from African resources were generated outside the continent. Colonial administrations introduced new tax systems and labor policies. In different colonies, people were encouraged or sometimes required to participate in cash crop farming, mining, or wage labor. These changes reshaped local economies and altered how many communities earned their livelihood. Education expanded in many areas during the colonial period. However, educational systems often focused on preparing people for administrative, clerical, or technical roles within colonial governments and businesses. Access and opportunities varied widely between different colonies. Beginning in the mid-20th century, African countries gradually gained independence. Political control returned to newly formed national governments. But building independent economies proved far more difficult than achieving political independence. Many countries inherited economic systems designed for export rather than diversified domestic development. Many newly independent nations continued relying heavily on small number of export commodities. When global prices were high, economies often grew. When prices fell, government revenues and national incomes frequently declined. This dependence created long-term economic challenges. The borders established during the colonial era remain largely unchanged today. In many cases, they grouped diverse communities into single countries or separated groups with long histories of interaction. These borders have influenced politics, trade, and regional cooperation ever since. Much of the transportation infrastructure built during the colonial period supported exports. Modern governments have spent decades expanding road and rail networks that better connect domestic markets. Even today, improving regional infrastructure remains a major economic priority. Africa remains one of the world's richest continents in natural resources. The challenge has never been simply possessing resources. The greater challenge has often been capturing more of the value created from them through processing, manufacturing, technology, and innovation. Across Africa today, entrepreneurs are working to build industries that add value locally. Technology companies, manufacturers, agricultural processors, and renewable energy businesses are creating new opportunities. Their goal is not only to extract resources, but to transform them into higher value products. History cannot be changed, but it can be understood. Studying the economic systems of the past helps explain many of the opportunities and challenges countries face today. Understanding history allows better decisions for the future. Many economists argue that increasing trade within Africa can strengthen economic resilience. Regional trade agreements and improved transportation networks may help businesses reach new markets and reduce dependence on distant buyers. Imagine exporting chocolate instead of cocoa beans. finished jewelry instead of raw gold, electric vehicle batteries instead of unprocessed minerals. Adding value before exporting can create jobs, develop industries, and increase national income. Africa's economic story did not end with colonialism. Every generation continues to shape it. Investment, education, entrepreneurship, and regional cooperation are opening new possibilities across the continent. Colonialism reshaped Africans' economies in profound ways. Some institutions and infrastructure built during that period remain important today, while many economic structures continue to influence development decades after independence. The lesson is not simply about the past, it is about the future. History shows that lasting prosperity is built not only by possessing valuable resources, but by creating value, investing in people, strengthening trade, and building resilient economies. Thank you for watching How Africa Got Rich. In our next episode, we'll explore why Africa exports so many raw materials and what it will take to change that.